tonight we're probably just gonna start with raids. Because the weekly's reset today, so, you know, means there's lots of extra stuff to do. So that's what we're gonna do. Of course, logging in would probably be helpful. As you can see, I've already started doing some of them. So, here we go. What do we got going for easy ones to get those knocked off? Perimeter breach and data theft. Let's just go with perimeter breach. Look around. Sometimes these starting timers can take a while, but you know, this is live, not a recording, so not editing. We'll just look around in here for now. What do we got on the new page? Never mind. We'll just jump right on in. We're off. His name Gate Me Zombie? That's what you get. You spin that guy, I spin you. No need to be rude and pushy. A good lag bump there. Whee! Always take the opportunity to jump off of stuff. Why? Why not? For those of you that play this, if you play raids, keep it under 6K, because that'll make the raid easier, as long as your whole group is under 6K, or roughly thereabouts. Also, always try to prioritize purple markers, because those tend to be drones, melees, turrets. Depending on the faction you're fighting, you will have to deal with porcupine droppers, and it can be a real pain. This particular raid, these people are rushing it and not taking their time. But if you take your time, no matter what power score you're at, this raid is really, really easy. Careful of those barrels, they pop. They have napalm. Napalm doesn't really feel good on your tires or your frame. Oh, oh. Don't do what I just did and try to take the corner too sharp. Remember, getting all the kills is not important. What is important is participating and helping your team. It is a team game. If you don't help, you don't win. Always try to give room to cannons. They can't shoot through you, people. How about no? In raids like this, where you have to protect the target, wheels and weapons really are critical targets. If you can cripple an enemy or disarm it, it's not really much of a threat. Especially if you disarm it, because if it's disarmed, it can't shoot the defense target, so you don't have to keep shooting at it. Like I said just a second ago, kills are not the most important thing. This guy right here, I don't really want him having those guns. Aim for the guns, but if I can kill him instead, it happens. Now you would think that you could just grab the package and run at this point, but no. You do that, and you're gonna just leave yourself open to more trouble, because more enemies do spawn here. So stick around, kill them all, then take off, and you've got a clean path. See them on the radar there spawning? Look, there's that one zombie, or one person who took off. Here we go, guys. Word of the day, cannibal. Someone who is fed up with people. See these guys? If we hadn't waited, they'd be behind us. We don't want them. That generally hurts. But there's that one person every time who takes off without the group. And you know what? If they wind up going up there and dying, it's their problem, not ours. Because the whole goal of these is to A, survive, and B, protect your target. Any of you guys that actually watch these, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from some of you. Heck, if you're really lucky, I might even love to play with some of you. See, look at that. That one guy took off by himself and it's triggered the end boss. Now if he can't take on that end boss, who, by the way, if I remember correctly, is absolutely loaded to the brim with drones, and I drove into a wall, then he's gonna get slaughtered. I gotta say though, the graphics in this game, absolutely beautiful. Love the environments. Not too fond of the Dawn's Children stuff, you know, the hovers and all. Doesn't really fit into the post-apocalyptic Mad Maxy stuff, but it's a choice made by the devs. Can't go against them, you know. Okay. Alright, that's all 6 easy raids done. Easy raids are, pardon the wording, but the easiest, because you only have to do one set of them. For medium and hard raids, you have to do one set for copper, and then one set for their extra resource, which kind of is a pain in the ass. So, we're gonna go ahead and do 2 medium raids. Well, maybe do 2 medium raids. What are they? What we got? Frontier Defense and War for Fire. Let's do War for Fire. Like I said, sometimes these can take a minute to load us into a match, so we're gonna go look at the pages. These are... oh, you know what? I like the generally. I'll get that thing I like. Let's look at the new page, though, because you can find some really cool stuff sometimes. Well, that's a nice little truck. That's a nice truck. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a fan of the whole one set of steering wheels, but it's a nice truck. We'll give that a thumbs up. There you go, buddy. I actually have been fighting against this guy in matches for the last couple of days now, and this build of his against my drone buggy, it's pretty powerful. The way he works this thing... oh, never mind, I guess I'll just have to tell you instead of showing you. He goes out there and he ramps up that damage bonus for the Tusk cabin. Then he cloaks up, finds a target, lines up, and just uses all the boosters in that back box, slams into him as hard as he possibly can. If he lands a good shot, he's able to take out Goliath tracks in one punch. It's pretty good, really effective, and overall, really great little piece of equipment. But, as it has no actual offensive weapons, it kinda gets crapped on a little bit sometimes. Machine guns don't generally bother me too much unless there's an abundant number of them. And it's mostly because the cabin I'm using, the Humpback, has this nice bonus where, as it takes damage, it builds up an additional damage generation, up to 25% bonus damage. This is pretty solid, especially if you're using something like a big cannon. It can really make the difference between a one-shot and not. Oh, I don't even have my headlights left to turn on. It's a bummer. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh no, that guy went over. Oh well. A lot of times if you wait up here, you can get the enemies to spawn up here, ambush and put everything to the tower. Works really good. Say what? Oh. You know, so am I. Isn't that weird? Come on, bud, let me pass. So mean. Sometimes you just gotta get around people. Oh, hello. Person has air drones. Those are actually really good for raids. What's not really good for raids, though, is turrets. Because they're stationary. You're doing a lot of moving in most raids. Stuff. Air drones, sidekicks. Hello to viewers. We has a viewer No, I'm already doing it here. Because I use my tablet as my dashboard. So, hello viewer, I absolutely do respond to people in the chat. I just have to... I can't really type responses in the middle of a match. I'm not gonna type. So if you type something in the chat, I will absolutely respond to you verbally. But it may take me a second to glance down and look at the chat. Ah, see right there, like I mentioned earlier, you gotta watch out with the purple ones. They can have turrets and drones and stuff like that. Ooh. Ooh. Always pay attention to your radar, folks, because radar guide the way. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That guy's got a hook line. I like that. We're doing a pretty cruddy job of defending the truck right now, but we should be okay. Man, the missiles coming out of those drones, man, they are crazy good. I'll have to get me a set of the Owl drones at some point. Pretty solid choice. Can't really go wrong with them. The great thing about the War for Fire is once the truck hits extract, which is usually relatively quickly, you don't have to worry about it no more. Something else will pop up and take care of it. The boss. Oh, he spawned over here this time. Hermit should have drones, if I remember correctly. Which, you know, drones are powerful. Don't hurt. And he's got a whole lot of them. Don't be fooled because that cabin's not a cabin. It's a box. The actual cabin is pretty much right behind it underneath the box. But you want to focus on the drone deployers first. So if you can get those off of there, it's a whole lot easier. Ooh, look, there's a good demonstration of the Remedy cabin, or Remedy plus Light cabin. That green fire, it hurts a lot. It hurts a lot. Ow! Get off me, Inviso guy. The one watching right now is me. I know I'm alone, but I'm... Yes, but, you know, if you keep talking, it's good for the video for people that come back and watch after the fact. But, you know, like he said, I'm all alone. There's no one here beside me. And if I sing anymore, YouTube's gonna deny me. Coffee. 6:30 at night, and I'm drinking coffee. Could be a whole lot worse. You never know, man. Oops, sorry, buddy. Another thing, people. If you see people going after all the enemies and killing them before they trigger the generators, don't trigger the damn generators until all the enemies are dead. It makes things easier. You know, you would think having twice as many enemies would be easier, but as a matter of fact, it actually complicates things. Isn't that weird? Oh, that absolutely works. Except that, you know, They're all down at the tower, and all the enemies have spawned up here with me. So, what was really the better option? Always, when you're dealing with the purple marked enemies, look for the weak points, because yes, they have powerful weapons, but they also always have something explosive in the build for no real reason. You know, you'll have things with ammo crates for no reason, things with generators that shouldn't be. That's why. Tackle! I did. I did. Oop, excuse me. When you're using autocannons at long range, it helps to burst or tap fire them, because they lose accuracy pretty quickly if you just hold the trigger, and they overheat, which obviously is annoying. Oops, you lost the wheel, and now you're useless. Whee! You still have guns. You got no wheels, but you still have guns, which means you're a threat. No, you're not. Let those cool off so I don't overheat them. And if you have train plows or small plows on the front, use those things, guys. They're a weapon too. Especially. That has nothing to do with this situation, actually. That's for PvP. This is PvE. Also, 2 small plows is more armor and less weight than 1 train plow. Remember that. Actually, you can get 2 train plows and 2 small plows. You just have to get your nomads all the way up to 15 to get that second train plow. Oh, I was hoping he would tether onto me so I could pull him. But it is what it is. I'm going to stay right here, because the truck is where it needs to be. And the boss is going to be right where I need to be. And you do get 1 free repair per raid, people. Don't pay for the first one. Gotta go out there, get the cleanup going. Destroy all the enemy enemies. Now they're crippled, sitting up there with no wheels or something. Who knows? Just shoot at my buddy, because why not? Whee! Hang 10, homie. think, not 100% sure. Yeah, I need more fuel. But guess what? I did some grinding off stream with a buddy, and I have lots of fuel. So yeah, we can absolutely go do more. But because I don't bother holding on to extra resources to do what I need to do, da, 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 da. Your stuff will absolutely never ever ever sell for less than the minimum buy price. Don't forget that. You can really make pretty good coin just selling resources, especially if you wind up with an extra 1,000 that you have for no reason at all, really. Yeah, since we got so much fuel, just dive right back in. But we're still doing 2-star. Wait, I was working on plastic, right? Let's see. Yeah, plastic. We're doing plastic. Okay. So, plastic is still at War for Fire for the next 12 minutes. Cool. Perfect. Bing! Dump 40 liters in, and we're off. You'll notice up here, it looks like I'm very close to leveling up, but the truth is, with the Engineers, your basic faction, once you hit 30, it's just a number. You don't get anything for it. However, your side factions, oh, he's a big boy. Your side factions, once you hit 15, you can then prestige them as well. And every prestige level with them gets you a container, a crate that you can open for goodies. Goodies are always nice. Legs, highly mobile, totally mitigates recoil. That guy's got a spark, which will slow down the enemies. And all that fire is going to allow me to do more damage, and obviously he's going to be dealing a ton of damage himself. I'm going to go ahead and trigger this while he heads over to the other tower. Well, we got another one in here. But generally you want you want to be with your team. I don't mind taking a couple of missiles to the face, because I got all this. Flashlight. Ooh, got cap cans too. For those of you who don't know, cap cans. Nice little tether mines. Really good for setting up an ambush, or as a good way to set it up so that you can escape if somebody ambushes you. They're generally just useful. A lot of people complain about them, that they're OP or that they're useless, but it's... The problem with them is that a lot of people simply don't know how to combat them properly. Things like the Caucasus, or turrets or drones, those things are really good at combating cap cannon. See this guy with the barrels, he's just setting up a minefield. He's making it a wonderful thing. Because enemies that run over these mines are going to... For one, they're going to take a big chunk of damage when the barrel explodes initially. Two, they're going to get hot, so everyone else is dealing more damage to them. And three, the fire hurts. It deals a lot of damage in its own right. it's a great build for raids. I don't know how it holds up in PvP. I don't have anything at that, super high power score right now. I'm working on that. It's a project. Background I'm doing with a buddy of mine. But in raids, those things like that, they're truly a real, powerful thing to have on the team. Watch out for airborne drones in raids, because if you see an airborne drone but don't see the vehicle, it's because the drone bug has a chameleon right underneath the drone. So you can get behind that sucker. Get rid of that chameleon unit. Then you'll get rid of the drone unit and render it, completely useless. Well, there you go. Sidekicks and or grenadiers both are great options for raids. They're mobile. They've got good range, excellent accuracy. I was getting there. Yeah, Owls and Falcons, the aerial drones are also really good. You want to avoid turrets, DTs. You don't want Cobras. You don't want, what's the missile turret? Yeah. Anaconda? Yeah, Anacondas. Because they generally don't get to be fully effective in a raid because they're stationary. They're just not that good. Fuse drones, yep, that's another good one to avoid in the raid. Yeah, they do a lot of damage, but they're a one-off, and then you got a long cooldown, you have to wait, and you're useless to your team while you're doing that. Completely useless. Truck has been delivered, swing around, go get cross. Ta-da! Boss down. That's another good thing that Tesla that spider is really good for, is taking out those drones. You're not even get to see that because he wasn't there right there with us. He's busy cleaning up the effluence of the match. I think that's the right word. None of that. Do watch yourself. Even if they're friendly barrels, the barrels themselves can be quite an obstacle if you get caught. that's that. Yay! What's that badge? I don't recognize that badge. Nomad Hunter 2. Oh, that's for kicking out the purple ones? Cool. That's cool. Oh, it's still War for Fire. Hey, Patrick, you think I should take my turret buggy out there just to show the viewers what it's like when you take turrets to one of these?
No.
Really? It's not gonna hurt me any. I have plenty of fuel. I got over 700. Oh, I forgot to change my co-driver this whole time. Really do need to upgrade those guys. But I'm waiting for the nights to come around so I can build a bastion cabin. So, upgrading my co-drivers will just have to wait.
Or you can just
Instead of selling them?
Yeah.
But I'm selling them for my Colossus engine. Because I need that for my build that I'm working on. Yes. You know, the Colossus engine that I would have already had like a week and a half ago if I hadn't been buying all this other random blue stuff. Vectors. 6 of the wheels on this vehicle. I haven't bought any punji sticks. I do need to buy punji sticks, but that's for another project you and me are doing down the road. In fact, at some point we will probably do an entire stream just using punji sticks. I don't know how you guys feel about PvE versus PvP. You'll have to let me know. I don't mind doing either one, but whichever one y'all don't like watching, I can always just do off stream. Doesn't bother me really. What weapons is he using? I gotta get up there and look at those. I can't tell what those are from here. Those, I think that's arbiters. That looks like arbiter machine guns. Which are really good. I'm trying to tell them to regroup here because the enemies are just going to drop right in on top of me. Which is, you know, kind of what I want. But they're disappearing over the tower. You should be ashamed of your military armor. Oh, thank God for Pearl Harbor. No, that's a bad joke. I guess since my allies are over there, I should go over there. And he's dead. And we're off. I don't want to hear that. Alright, well, we're gonna go ahead and cut this one here for now. And, yeah, thanks for liking and subscribing, show it to your friends, and, I'll be back.